What's up, people? It's your boy Crypto Blood. Today I wanted to report on just the trend, the growing trend we're seeing with Bitcoin. And I've got, I was doing some research, and the trend really is financialization of Bitcoin. Derivatives, futures, and now we have a Bitcoin bond on the way. It's being tested in Japan, actually. The company name is Fisco financial firm, Fisco Investments, I believe. And earlier this week they announced that they had been testing the first ever Bitcoin backed bond, which is crazy. That is crazy. So this follows a trend that we're seeing. I did a video about the Winklevoss twins sealing a deal with the SEC and CFTC to be able to trade futures and derivatives, other like options and futures with Bitcoin on the CBOT. So this kind of follows that whole trend that we're seeing, and we're going to see, moving forward, of course. These types of instruments, as I've stated before, they do bring liquidity to the market, right? I'm not negating that. I'm not arguing that at all. It's just that my concern is the long-term side effects of financialization of Bitcoin. So we'll see liquidity, we'll see a smoothing out of pricing, and in the short run, I believe we will see a huge bump in the price of Bitcoin from all of this financialization, because you're going to see a spillover of capital coming from, the central banks and Wall Street guys, and their money makes, what are we at, $160 billion market cap right now? That their money makes that look like shoebox money. So we're definitely going to see a huge price increase in general in cryptos, but I'm talking primarily about Bitcoin. We will see an increase over the next 2-3 years for sure because of this financialization. But this Bitcoin bond thing, man, you can call this, I call this Bitcoin for grandma. I don't know if you guys remember, but when I was growing up, my grandparents would always, for my birthday, would kind of give me U.S. Treasury bond, T-bills, or bonds. It's funny though. So I personally would never buy one, just for the simple fact that I feel like, why would I buy a bond when I can hold the actual asset and make tons more in returns? However, bonds, I do feel have a place. Especially, we can see pensions possibly adopting this, this type of instrument, bonds. Where you're capped as far as how much money you make. That's basically the coupon. You're capped there. And this particular bond is doing a 3% coupon on the actual bond. So, and I'll get into the details of that in a second. But with a bond, you have a fixed return, and you also you won't lose more than your principal. So I can definitely see some areas where that will be fitting. For me, Crypto Blood, nah, you'll never see me buying a bond. Never. But more details about this bond, though. I wanted to kind of give you some more rundown on it. It's a 3-year bond, and it's issued on a digital currency exchange. And it actually Fisco started the testing of this bond. This guy just hit their car. What an idiot. Now he's just gonna cruise on off like nothing happened. They issued the bond August 10th, actually. So that's when they tested. That's when they started testing the bond. And as I stated before, it's a 3% annual interest rate, and it returns Bitcoin. That's what the coupon returns, the interest rate in Bitcoin. And so the initial bond was released. The amount was 200 Bitcoin, which is roughly $900,000. They're testing this with. So yeah, that's. What do you guys think about bonds? More in particular, more specifically, Bitcoin bonds. Interesting times we're in. Financialization of Bitcoin is on. We're at the doorstep, and we're there, and there's nothing we really can do about it. Again, it will be good for price stability, liquidity, but what are we giving up? Everything in life has pros and cons, yin and yang. What are we giving up? In my opinion, I believe we're giving up future price of Bitcoin being, I think the end result is that the future price of Bitcoin will be grossly undervalued. Meaning, yeah, we may be at $15,000, $30,000, even $200,000 of Bitcoin with the advent of financialization. However, the true value of Bitcoin, if we did absent of financialization, will probably be north of $1 million, in my opinion. That's the scenario that I see. So definitely let me know your thoughts on that. I would love to get your feedback on that. And that's it for today, ladies and gentlemen. Like and subscribe. If you do subscribe, please click the bell, and that will alert you for every video that Crypto Blood uploads. Last but not least, please join us in the Webbot room. We're growing. We've got the spillover room. We've got almost 50 people in there, and the crypto room is growing as well. We're nearing 400 people. Also follow me on Steam, Instagram, and Twitter. And that is it for today, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy Crypto Blood. I am out. Holla.